Today I'm reviewing a fully raw Kristina's What I Eat in a Day video. Roll the titles.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you.
Welcome back, it's good to see you again. If we haven't met before then, hi, I'm Goji Man. I'm currently finishing a Masters in Nutrition and qualifying as a Nutritionist, and later this year I'm going to be doing a PhD in Nutritional Science. As always, just a quick reminder that I'm now offering consults, the SIBO test, organic acids test and stool test via my website. So if you have any health or digestive problems, then consider taking these tests, as they will provide a lot of valuable information which can help you make informed decisions and start getting your health back on track. And on that bombshell, to the video.
So I usually wake up around 7:30, 8 o'clock, and the first thing that I do when I wake up is I drink lemon water or lime water, or even coconut water squeezed with lime. And this is great because when you wake up in the morning, you're usually really thirsty because you've just gone an entire night of fasting, so it's time to break the fast. And it's so important to be hydrated when you first wake up. So I have some delicious lime coconut water here. And those of you who know me well know that I'm a big fan of Evermore water, especially throughout the day or in the morning as well, because it is the most alkaline water and it keeps me so hydrated.
So hydration is obviously essential in the body. The problem that I have with what Kristina is suggesting or alluding to though is that drinking alkaline water in the morning is somehow going to kickstart your metabolism and get everything moving in the right direction. And this is a perpetual myth that I hear in the raw vegan community a lot. So your metabolism is primarily controlled by your mitochondria, which are the little power plants in your cells that produce adenosine triphosphate and adenosine diphosphate, which are the energy currencies in your body. Drinking water or alkaline water will do nothing to kickstart this process. Loading the body up with a lot of alkaline water first thing in the morning will also simply dilute the hydrochloric acid in your stomach that is essential for helping you digest and break down your breakfast. Therefore, what can start to happen is that your stomach acidity is increased, and then as a result you have more undigested food and proteins hitting your small intestines, which is not what you want if you want healthy digestion. Also, by diluting your stomach acid before your meals with water can also create another issue. You need your stomach acid to be around 1.5 to 3 to not only break down your food, but also to kill off and prevent pathogens, bacteria and yeast from entering your intestines. If you dilute your stomach acidity by drinking a lot of water before a meal, it can allow bacteria and pathogens through your stomach and into your intestines, which could potentially trigger conditions such as small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Therefore, I would suggest if you are thirsty in the morning, then have a few sips, eat your meal and then drink water 45 minutes after the meal so it is not impairing your digestion.
So probably about 30 minutes after I drink water, which is typically around like 8 o'clock or so, sometimes 9 o'clock, I usually introduce about 32 ounces of juice into my day. And you guys know how much I love juice. And lately, around this time, I've been having my badass juice recipe, which I'll share that link for the recipe below. It probably cost me about $5 to make this juice. A few apples, I would save me about 5 or 6 oranges, some mint from my backyard, and 1 beet. And I know that that sounds like a super weird recipe, but when it's really hot outside, this tastes amazing when it is just like chilled cold.
So again, we are simply causing dilution of stomach acid. So yes, apples, orange and beet juice are slightly acidic. Their pH is 3 to 6. So in combination with the alkaline water that Kristina drank 30 minutes before, her stomach could potentially struggle to break down her food properly. Also, when you juice things like beets, you are simply concentrating compounds such as oxalates, which is not a good thing for your digestion or overall health. So my best advice if you're going to juice these sort of concoctions is to have the drink after your meal so you're not going to further dilute your stomach acid. I would also suggest drinking these type of drinks in the form of smoothies so that the fibre in the smoothie will control not only the rate at which you absorb the sugars, but also to help you control oxalate absorption.
So I'm usually buzzing around that time, getting things done, getting ready for work, doing things for Rawfully Organic, and in the midst of that time, between like 9 and 10:30 I would say is when I have like breakfast. And usually I have about half of a watermelon. And I know that this sounds like a lot, but a half of a watermelon is so juicy and sweet and hydrating, and Depending on the size of your melon, this is only going to be about 400 to 500 calories. So it's really not that much. It looks like a lot, but it's really not that much. This watermelon I got from Rawfully Organic, and it literally only cost me $5 to $6. So if I'm eating a half of a watermelon, this is literally like a $3 to $4 meal. You can't beat that, my friends. You can't beat that.
So melons are very limited in terms of nutrients, and my main other problem with half a melon for breakfast, as Kristina says, is that it only contains about 400 to 500 calories. So not only are you not getting sufficient energy from those calories, the sugars in the melon are typically in the form of monosaccharides. So essentially all this means is that your body will use this up very quickly and you will crash fairly quickly afterwards. To avoid these type of issues, try eating things like porridge in the morning with your fruit, so you are also getting some of those slower releasing carbohydrates which are in the form of polysaccharides, which will help you better regulate your blood sugar levels.
Lunchtime, I am usually on the go, and whether I am at co-op or filming videos or doing whatever I do, running all over Texas or traveling, the easiest thing for me to eat is fruit. And lately, my fig trees in my backyard and the figs at Rawfully Organic have been insane. So I've been mono-mealing figs literally for about 2 weeks now straight. We have black mission figs and the Calamurna figs that are green, and we have tiger figs with like the jelly in the middle. They're just insane. So I've been having about 3 pounds, sometimes 4 of these if my tongue can take it, and I typically flip my figs inside out, that way it doesn't burn my mouth, but I love figs. And if I can handle some grapes in there, I'll eat some grapes in there too. But for me, basically lunch, anytime around noon to 1 o'clock, and I'm usually eating about 3 or 4 pounds of fruit. So easy, so delicious, no time at all, and depending on whether you're picking your own fruit, shopping at a co-op, or buying in cases at discount at the grocery store, you can save yourself a lot of money by eating fruit.
So again, with Kristina's lunch, there is very little diversity. No real healthy fats, poor protein profiles, low amounts of vitamin E, low levels of minerals such as zinc and selenium. Calorie wise, it's okay at about 1,000 calories or so, but beyond that, I don't really have anything else to add. It's just very restrictive in terms of nutrition.
And for dinner, I love dinner. And I'm usually all over the place during the day. So when I get home, my biggest thing is that I love to exercise or run, or I'll go box, or I'll do a little bit of yoga and stretching outside, and I'll earn my meal. I will earn my meal, and I'll build up my appetite, and I'll get hungry. That way I'm sure that I'm using up energy, and then I'm also refueling that energy into my body. My favorite time to eat dinner is usually around 6:30 to 7 o'clock, but me being so busy, sometimes I get home at 10:30 and I still eat, and I have to make that okay. That's something that I've kind of struggled with, but I've learned to, no matter where I am, bring my food with me or somehow prepare and have it wherever I am. That way I am not eating at like midnight when I get home. My favorite dinner lately, let's assume that I'm eating around 6:30, 7 o'clock every night, which is my optimal time to eat, has been a small plate of fruit, which I always love thinking that a small plate of fruit is my appetizer, and I've been eating a lot of figs lately. More figs and grapes, but if you don't want any of these, you can also do just like a small bowl of berries, like blueberries or strawberries or whatever hits the spot for you. And literally every night, you guys know me, I'm all about that rainbow salad, except for I've been putting a little twist on it lately, and I've been enjoying my fully raw taco salad like almost every night. I love this. It's just filled with fresh greens, rainbow bell peppers, yellow, orange, red, purple cabbage, cherry tomatoes, baby mixed greens, some raw organic flax crackers. You can even add some corn on here, sprinkle it with some lime. And I love making my own side of guacamole or even pesto sauce to put on the side. And I have a recipe for that on my website at fullyraw.com if you want to reference it. And don't forget the avocado on top. These greens I got local from my co-op, and I would probably say this was about $2 or $3 worth of greens and about a few dollars of the other ingredients. So altogether I'd say that my salad with everything included is probably about $10 to $12, which that would be the amount that you would spend at a restaurant if you were going to get it, except for you're getting so much more abundance here, and it's organic, and it's the highest quality produce.
So while I totally agree with the principle of eating the rainbow, you have to balance that with getting sufficient calories to sustain your energy levels. So while there are some healthy fats from the avocado and an array of vitamins and minerals on the plate, there are hardly any calories, particularly for someone like Kristina, who appears to be leading an active lifestyle. So in summary to Kristina's day of eating, my thoughts are as follows. Number one, I would be concerned about the constant dilution of the stomach acid levels, and we have already seen many raw ex-vegans run into digestive problems, probably down to this type of problem. Number two, the nutritional profile of the day of eating is fairly restricted. Not a great deal of healthy fats, probably low in minerals such as zinc, phosphorus and selenium, and vitamins such as vitamin E and folate are also probably fairly low for that day of eating. Number three, the amount of calories during that day of eating was probably around 1900 to 2000 calories. Given that Kristina is fairly active with running and boxing, etc., she probably needs at least 2400 to 2500 calories a day just to maintain her body weight. And finally, number four, I would also be concerned about some vital nutrients such as iodine, which is essential for thyroid function, and also the lack of omega-3s. I don't know if she is supplementing these nutrients, but either way she needs to inform her subscribers of how she is getting these vital nutrients, because it doesn't appear that it is coming from her diet. So that's the end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, remember to look after your body because it's the only place you have to live. And I'll see you next time.